An 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper can be rolled to form two different cylinders. Depending on which side of the paper, the long side or the short side, is used as the height of the cylinder. So the question's asking what's the difference between the volumes of those cylinders. Some people went, hey, it's the same piece of paper, so any way I roll it, it's going to have the same volume, so if I take the difference of those two, I'd get 0, which is wrong, as you'll see here in a minute. So here's one of the cylinders that I could make. Let's make this one the long one. It's the tall one because its height is going to be 11. The 8.5, well, this piece of paper just went all the way around the base of this thing. So the 8.5 for that piece of paper is actually the circumference of the base. Circumference equals 8.5. Okay, so here is the other one then. The other one, it's going to be fatter and slightly shorter because its height is 8.5 and this 11 is the distance around the base. It's the distance around the base just like the other one was 8.5 because that's the other dimension of the paper and it's going around the circle to make that circular base. So its circumference is 11. So in either one of these cases, the volume is equal to pi r squared h. We have our heights, but we don't have our volume. So we need to use the circumference in order to find the volumes of each of these. So I'll work on this one over here on the right side first. Circumference is 11, and the circumference formula is 2 pi r. So to get r, I just divide by 2 pi. So r is equal to 11 over 2 pi. I'm just going to go ahead and divide 11 by 2 and get 5.5 over pi. So there's the radius length. Now I don't want to put this into the calculator to get an approximation yet, just because I don't want to mess up with approximations until the very, very end. Okay, so let's do that exact same calculation over here on the tall skinny one. So this 8.5 is equal to, as the circumference, 2 pi r. So let's divide that radius, or divide by 2 pi to get the radius, and that's 8.5 over 2 pi. Just like I did before, let's divide 8.5 by 2, and that's 4.25 over pi. So here's the radius of the blue one. So now we can put the pieces together to find the volumes of each of these. On the left here, the volume is pi times 4.25 over pi. I'm going to square that and multiply it times the height of 11. Okay, so when I do this calculation, I'm going to get, let's see, so the pi is going to be squared on the bottom, but it's going to cancel out with one of these pi's here. The volume is going to be 198.6875 over pi. It's an exact answer. So I didn't put pi into the calculator, I just did all the other calculations except for the pi, dividing by pi. And this is, what, inches cubed? Okay. And now over here on the fat short one, its volume is pi times 5.5 over pi squared. This times 8.5 for the height. And whenever I simplify this, I get 257.125 over pi inches cubed. Okay, so now the final part of this question is just finding the difference of these two. So it's at this point you can put each of these into the calculator and subtract them to find the difference. So the difference in the volumes is approximately 18.6 cubic inches.